one of the very common algorithms to do this is the Cohen-Sutherland algorithm. And this is a very nice algorithm. It works reasonably fast. What you do in this algorithm is that given a rectangular window, you extend its edges, okay, the top edge, the bottom edge, the right edge and the left edge, and that gives you these 9 regions in and around the window, and to each one of these regions you assign what are known as outcodes. Okay, this outcode in a 2D case is made up of 4 bits, where every bit represents a half region. So for example, in this outcode, let the first bit represent whether you are on top of the top edge or below the top edge of this window. So if you are on top of the top edge, then this outcode is 1. Otherwise, then this bit is 1, sorry. Otherwise this bit is 0, right? So whenever you are below the top edge, the first bit is 0. The next bit is for being below the bottom edge of the window. So if you are below the bottom edge of the window, the second bit is 1. Otherwise the second bit is 0. Similarly, the third bit is for being on the right side of the right edge, and the fourth bit is for being on the left side of the left edge. Okay. Now you are given these line segments that you want to clip against the rectangular window that is given to you. Okay, so you can think of this as you can think of this as a test where, given a line segment, you compute the outcodes for its vertices. Okay, so this line segment, for example, is made up of these 2 vertices. You compute the outcodes for these 2 points. The outcode for this point will be 1 0 1 0. The outcode for this point will be 0 1 0 0. You first do a check whether you can trivially accept this line. So you do a bitwise OR. This is a symbol for a bitwise OR. Do a bitwise OR. If you do a bitwise OR, you will find that the answer is not 0, right? If it is 0, the answer to a bitwise OR, then you can trivially accept the entire line. So you cannot trivially accept this. Now you do a bitwise AND between the components, and you have to check whether you get a 1. But if you do a bitwise AND, you will find that 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 0, all the bits, if you do a bitwise AND, you get zeros. Okay, so you cannot trivially reject the line, because to do a trivial rejection you need the bitwise AND to return you something that is 1 in at least one of the bits. Okay, so as a whole the number is non-zero. So since that is not the case, you cannot trivially you cannot trivially reject the line. Since you cannot trivially accept or reject the line, what you do instead is that you compute the intersection of this line with either with one of the edges. Okay, so let me take you to the algorithm. So basically you are given the 2 coordinates of a line, 2 coordinates of a line segment, and you compute their outcodes. You check for trivial acceptance and rejection. If either happens, then you are done. Since neither of that happened for this particular line, you choose a vertex that is outside the clip rectangle, right? And then you clip it with, say, the top edge. So you compute the intersection with the top edge. It's going to land up here. So x and y are going to get assigned these values, and then what you do is that you move this vertex here. The outcode of this vertex now changes to the outcode of this region, and again you do the trivial acceptance and rejection test. Okay, since you will not be able to trivially accept or reject even now you take another, again either this vertex or that vertex, and you clip. Okay, so what you must ensure when you are doing this is that, because you have written you have written this code in some order. So for example, you are saying vertex lies over the top edge, then if vertex lies below the bottom edge, then if vertex lies to the right of the right edge, and then you are checking if vertex lies to the left of the left edge. When you are dry running this algorithm on paper, right, which is useful, you should always maintain the same ordering of testing, right? So here we are testing top, bottom, right, left. So whatever ordering you decide in the beginning, you stick to that ordering when you are doing this iteration, right? So do not do TBRL in one iteration and LRTB in the second iteration, then your dry run will be incorrect and you will get wrong answers. Of course, if you write code for this and you run this, then this problem does not happen. So that should not be a problem. Okay, so let me take you through an example in slightly more detail, and hopefully that will make it a little bit more clear. If you think that you have this window, right, and we have these regions around the window, then what you can have is that you can assign the outcodes. For the top you get these bits, for the bottom you get the next bit, for the right you get the third bit, and then finally for the left you get the fourth bit. And say what you want to do is that you want to clip this particular line. Okay, so how do we go about doing that? So let us also write down the trivial acceptance and trivial rejection conditions just so that we remember them. Now, we first compute the outcodes for P and Q, and we see that we cannot trivially accept or reject this line. So what we do is that we compute the intersection of the line with the top edge, and we get P prime, and P prime gets assigned this new outcode. Now we check whether we can trivially accept or reject P prime Q, and we cannot do that. Then we must intersect the line with the bottom edge. So we throw away PP prime and we intersect the line with the bottom edge. Intersecting the line with the bottom edge gives us Q prime, and Q prime has this new outcode. We throw away the part of the line Q prime. So every time you are intersecting with an edge, you throw away the part of the line that lies outside that edge. Okay, so now your line is P prime Q prime, and you check whether you can trivially accept or reject this line. You can't. So you intersect this line again and you get P double prime now, and you throw away P double prime P prime, and you are left with P double prime Q prime. And now if you check, you will be able to trivially accept this line. So finally the clipped line is this green part of the line, which is P double prime Q prime. Okay, so you see how Cohen-Sutherland works by iteratively figuring out what part of the lines you can throw away, and whatever remains should either be trivially acceptable or trivially rejectable. Once you can trivially accept or reject a part, the algorithm stops. Okay, now it is instructive to do the following example. So try and clip these lines LM, JK and AB and figure out how Cohen-Sutherland handles these cases. So the algorithm, the complete algorithm is given to you here, so you can run through your examples with this algorithm. You should also think about whether Cohen-Sutherland is being particularly efficient in all cases, or in some cases is it being inefficient. So what do I mean by inefficient is that you perform all the clipping, but you do not end up drawing anything to the screen because everything gets clipped out, and you need a couple of iterations to figure this out. Okay, you cannot do this directly. So does this ever happen? If this happens, when does this happen, and whether you can do anything about it or not. Okay, an advantage of Cohen-Sutherland is also that you can easily extend the Cohen-Sutherland algorithm to 3D. So imagine if instead of a rectangle you were clipping against a box, and you wanted to clip your lines so that only the part that lied inside the box was retained and everything that was outside the box So by a box, I mean a cuboid. Everything that was inside the cuboid is retained and everything that is outside the cuboid is thrown away. What kind of outcodes will you get in such a case? So try and figure that out. Once you figure that out, the extension to 3D is very simple. Okay. There is another line clipping algorithm which is known as the Cyrus-Beck algorithm. I will make written notes for Cyrus-Beck available to you. So I want you to read those notes. Cyrus-Beck works well when the line is given to you in a parametric form. So here the line is specified to you by giving you 2 points on the line. But there are cases where you might specify a line by giving 1 point and a direction through that point and some parameter along that direction. Okay, so that is a parametric form of the line. So when a line is given in the parametric form, Cyrus-Beck is a good algorithm for line clipping. It is not that difficult to understand, and if you read the written notes that I'll make available, you should be able to understand Cyrus-Beck reasonably easily. How do you extend line clipping to polygon clipping? Well, you just do line clipping repeatedly for the edges, for every edge of the window. So for example, in this first, if we want to clip this polygon with this window, first we consider the top edge and we clip all the lines that intersect the top edge while ensuring that the part of the window that lies between the edge becomes a part of the polygon. So you must close your polygon here. Right, so this becomes a new edge for your polygon. This becomes a new edge for your polygon. Okay. Similarly, do it for the right edge, the bottom edge, and the left edge, and that gives you the clipped polygon. There is already a demo in CG demos for the Cohen-Sutherland algorithm that will do line clipping and it will also do polygon clipping for you. So do check that demo out. The polygon clipping algorithm that we just described is known as the Sutherland-Hodgman algorithm. So this brings us to the end of our discussion for clipping. We will come back to a problem that is similar to clipping and is known as culling when we talk about view frustums and viewing again. Okay, so basically when you do clipping in 3D, it is sometimes called view frustum culling, and the reason is the same. Whatever is not going to be visible, you want to throw out those parts. But for now we have only looked at clipping with 2D windows, and these windows are mostly rectangular or square because the windows that we draw to on the screen are rectangular or square, right? You can think about how you will clip against arbitrarily shaped windows and see if you can think of a solution to that problem. Thank you.